You're scrolling on Douyin late at night. A clip appears. A damp alley under neon lights, silhouette walking slow motion, the camera tight on one face. The caption reads, "He's the Enigma." They don't know what he is, yet they feel him. Within seconds, thousands of likes. Comments flood, "Who is this guy?" That stare, I melted. That face belongs to Huang Xing, the breakout star behind the booming success of ABO Desire. Suddenly, ABO Desire isn't just a drama, it's a global phenomenon. And Huang Xing, he's the spark everyone's chasing. So, what made Huang Xing go from supporting role actor to global obsession? Today on What Made K-Pop Viral, we're unpacking the 5 key beats that ignited his rise, from his quiet debut to that viral gaze clip to a fandom that spans continents. Later, I'll show you the exact moment when one upload sent his popularity soaring. But that wasn't even the real tipping point. Let's rewind. First, we need context. Who is Huang Xing and how did he land in a show like ABO Desire? Huang isn't your typical breakout star with years of spotlight. He was trained quietly. Minor roles, background parts, a handful of indie dramas. Think of him as a shadow player who never showed his face full on. His early work was understated. Soft-spoken characters, melancholy eyes, subtle body language, often overlooked. When ABO Desire cast him, it seemed like another small role, supporting Enigma. But the writers gave him one pivotal scene, alone in darkness, his face lit by a burning candle, eyes reflecting confusion and pain. It was brief, just 30 seconds, but it came with heavy subtext. The show had prepared the ground with a world built on hierarchical biology. Alphas, omegas, betas, labels. And then came Enigma. Nobody knew what they were. That mystery, that forbidden aura laid the foundation. Huang rehearsed that scene over and over, tiring. Directors praised his restraint. No dramatic monologue, no shouting, just silence, trembling lips, haunted gaze. Emotion submerged, not staged. When the cameras rolled, it translated. On set, crew described the moment as electric yet fragile. For fans reading between lines, it was everything. In one interview post-release, a castmate said, "Huang's eyes, they're a question we all ask forever." That line would become prophetic. This origin didn't announce a star, it whispered one. But whispered stars often burn brightest, especially when the world craves nuance over noise. After episode 2 aired, something unusual happened. Shares didn't spike. Comments didn't flood yet. But a small current began flowing, one that would turn into a wave. A niche BL drama forum in Southeast Asia posted a thread dissecting that candlelight scene. Fans debated, was he alpha, beta, or something new? Someone wrote, "He's not labeled, he's living contradiction. Call him Enigma." The Enigma leak theory started. Little by little, people watched the clip again, framed freeze frames, zoomed visuals, dissected the fear, the quiet pain, the unanswered identity. Meanwhile, an Indonesian subtitling group uploaded the first 2 episodes, the earliest globally accessible version. Non-Mandarin audiences started recognizing his face. Comments poured in. "I don't know what this is, but I feel it. That stare haunt me for days." Unlike other actors in the cast, Huang was named in thumbnails. His screen time was minimal, but faces matter on algorithmic displays. On TikTok, a user stitched the candlelight scene with a trending sad ballad sound. Title: "When You're Forgotten, But Remember Yourself." The video racked up thousands of shares. Others followed. Makeup transformations, silhouette edits, text overlays like no label, just pain. The tag hashtag Enigmarize began to trend. Streaming numbers also climbed. Not immediate mainstream chart bursts, but a long-tail underground growth. Fans rewatched, re-airdropped, reshared. They made playlists dubbed Enigma Mood, Midnight Candle, Eyes That Ask. For a character with virtually 0 lines, that's not nothing. That's cult status. It was the subtle climb. Not through hype, but through emotion, mystery, and silent participation. There's always a spark. And in Huang Xing's case, That spark happened with a 2-second clip. A fan on Douyin recorded a Twilight screen. Silent, static, 720 Hakurai E-glitch aesthetic. Then the candlelight scene fades in as the track Nightfall Echo begins in soft grayscale. The camera zooms on Huang's face, eyes locked on viewer, and freeze. Caption: when identity is outlawed, emotion survives. That clip blew up. Within hours, thousands of reposts. Comments underline the effect. That's it. I'm done. I canceled my plans. I need to know who he is. Across borders, Taiwan, Indonesia, Brazil, Turkey. The clip resonated. People didn't understand the language. They didn't need to. The stare, the mood, the mystery spoke louder. Mainstream coverage followed. Social media blogs published the Enigma everyone wants to decode. YouTube reaction channels compiled early fan edits under Virality 2025, citing Huang as the silent shockwave. Even non-BL content creators participated. Fashion photographers using the grayscale filter, musicians sampling the OST, painter uploads synced to the clip aesthetic. Suddenly, ABO Desire wasn't just BL niche, it was a cultural event. The tipping point didn't need full context, just one face, one emotion, one symphony of shadows. But hold on, that clip lit the fuse. What followed engulfed continents. The global spread would prove this was more than fandom fervor. It was heartbreak turned universal. What happens when grief, longing, and silence become universal? When a video no longer needs subtitles, it needs subtitles in feeling. That's Black Veil Brides. That's Huang Xing. As that Douyin clip soared, more interpretations emerged. Southeast Asian indie filkers shot rainwalks and neon reflections. South American cosplay groups taped fantasy scenes under gray skies using the OST score. In Europe, photography pages re-released candlelit, black and white portrait reels with captions, "When the world sleeps, ghosts dream." In countries where BL dramas struggle with censorship, the song was used instead of visuals. People shared lyric overlays on minimalist animations. Audio became bridge. The emotion wasn't confined by language. A Spanish subtitled lyric video hit 1 million views in 2 days. Comments: this is my quarantine solace. I listen when I can't sleep. On Discord servers and mental health communities, the track became a background for late-night chats. One grief support group played it during silent solidarity sessions. People wrote stories. I lost my father. This was my window to cry. A Korean startup published a soothing playlist feature including the track, titled 2025 Sleep and Heal OST. Meme culture also adopted it. When Your Charger Dies meme used the intro piano chord with images of black screens, dead phones. When Monday Hits You, posts use the candle fade out with a caption, "Hold on to the flame." Meanwhile, streaming platforms noted the longevity. The OST climbed sad pop hits, Lampart nighttime ballads, global indie charts. Algorithm boosted it. Recommendation bubbles spread it further. New listeners arrived, not because they searched for ABO Desire, but because they searched for feeling. Fan art grew. On Tumblr, a user published a short story, Blood Moons, Empty Rooms, Faint Keys. Fan fiction blending their own loss with the show's canon. On Instagram, the hashtag Enigma Forever gathered thousands of sketches, photos, edits. Some fans even mailed printed photos to theme cafes styled like the drama's backdrop. A strange fusion of fandom, performance, memory. It wasn't just a wave. It was a tsunami of emotion filtered through art, memory, sorrow, and longing. By month 4 post-release, analytics showed Black Veil Brides outselling every OST in its genre that year. Not through paid hype, but via organic global long-tail plays. It became the world's quiet heartbreak anthem. So what does Huang Xing leave behind? What's his legacy beyond screens and streams? Before, virality meant dance challenge, strong chorus, loud visuals. Huang's rise flipped the formula: stare, silence, sorrow. He proved vulnerability can be louder than noise. A glance, a chord, an unspoken label. That was enough. producers, casting directors, marketers took note. Emotion doesn't need hype. It needs authenticity. In a fractured world, post-pandemic fatigue, social isolation, canceled plans, Black Veil Brides tapped grief as universal currency. The result? Global solidarity disguised as fandom. People stream the song for comfort, not entertainment. That shift reshaped how entertainment industries understood audience value. Mental health, solace, connection, that they became metrics too. The 2-second candle clip taught creators the power of minimalism. Short-form vertical video, ambient noise, emotional resonance. That formula inspired indie filmmakers, social media editors, even music producers. Vertical edits, grayscale palettes, slow motion, aesthetic trends in 2025 to 2026 bloom from that seed. Huang didn't just act, he influenced form. Online grief support groups, fan fiction forums, poetry blogs. Many adopted the track as anthem of healing. The song bridged fandom and therapy, entertainment, and empathy. That cultural ripple mattered. It made music not a product, but a tool. Months later, the track still trends in rainy playlists, insomnia playlists, heartbreak playlists. Covers still come in, soft guitar renditions, piano loops, low-volume recitals. The fandom remains active, posting anniversary fan arts. Light a candle for Enigma posts. Where are you now? Threads. The memory persists. That's legacy, not flash, but imprint. Huang Xing isn't only a star from a drama, he's the blueprint for emotional virality in the streaming age. What made Huang Xing viral? It wasn't explosive marketing. It wasn't flashy dance or big production values. It was emotion, mystery, and shared longing, condensed into a shadowed face and a piano chord. He proved that in 2025's fast-scrolled world, quiet stillness can break through, that grief can connect, that fans can heal. Together. Now it's over to you. What was your Black Veil Brides moment? Maybe a night alone, headphones on, city lights blurred, maybe a memory you needed healing from. Share your story in the comments. If you create, what would be the next emotional anthem you'd back? Blues chords, synth waves, whispered lyrics? Drop ideas. The most creative ones will get a shout out in the next episode. Thanks for watching What Made K-pop Viral. Next time, what made Huang Xing viral? What made Super Tuna viral? The accidental dance challenge that took over the internet. We'll break down how a quirky move, a catchy hook, and a viral loop turned a B-side track into a global dance phenomenon. Hit subscribe, ring the bell, smarty mat. Now we've been done. And remember, sometimes silence, sorrow, and subtlety speak loudest. You're watching What Made K-pop Viral. See you soon.